And we are live. Hello, everyone. Namaskara, namaste. This is your host, Ravindra Kenchappa, and welcome to the Adda. Yes, just like we all sit in our Addas and discuss and conversations on basically anything and everything, that's what we are planning to do here. Now, today, since you guys have all joined, you must be wondering we must be talking about cricket or some movie. No, none. But I have a question for you guys. When you hear this phrase, what comes in your head, or what do you think of, right? Hear it carefully. SALAA Cup NAMDE. I'm saying it again. SALAA Cup NAMDE. And I'm sure 99% will think this is an RCB show yet again, or this is an RCB quote. No, it's exactly it has hooked on to RCB right now, but it was never an RCB quote, but yet it is connected to Bengaluru. So exactly today we are going to come and talk about something related to SALAA Cup Namde. And to join us, we have a new guest. Yes, he's one of the most humble, smart guys I've come across recently. He's a fitness professional by profession, and also loves football. Right? You got it there. And before he comes on the show, there's one more. I think this is the only topic, or this is the only place or a thread where a Manchester United fan and a Liverpool fan will come together to discuss about something where they both want or like them. Right? So let me introduce Siddhant, who's from Bengaluru, to talk about Bengaluru FC. Here we are. Namaskara. How are you, Siddhant? And how's
good.
Bengaluru? And how's your fitness going on? I see you doing some gada vada types. Huh?
Yeah, that's something that I've recently started exploring. But my interest always has been strength and conditioning. So I keep myself, I would say, constantly curious about these moments. So what you probably saw on Instagram was my fifth or sixth session. I'm still getting better at it, using the mudgar, the gada. But
At least
yeah.
you look like you are interested, unlike many who just want to
It's
get
fun.
into
It's
the
really fun
FOMO.
training with them. It gets really hard really quickly. And now I'm thinking about taking it a little more seriously. But it needed a few months of simply experimenting. Yeah.
I'm sure I thought of it, but never got into it. But that makes me ask you, how does
Yeah.
it feel for a change in so many years? One of your club is coming to finals, when the other one is struggling to stay on in Champions, whatever, English Premier
Yeah.
League.
So
You knew
it's
this was
really
coming.
strange because that last year that Sir Alex was coach, we won the league. And B.F.C also won I-League
Highly.
the same time. It was a great year, 2012, 13. And I couldn't have thought of a better end to the season. We had Ashley Westwood as a coach that time. And he brought in a lot of changes in training discipline. I remember that being the news a lot at that time. And we were playing in the Bangalore football stadium. It wasn't even Kandiva. So the
It's the
home
one
stadium
near
was
Garuda
different.
Mall. The one
Yeah,
near
the
Garuda
only
Mall.
thing that has not changed since then is Sunil Chhetri. Right? Everything else has changed.
Holding yourself there. We'll talk about Chhetri Saab later. So
Yeah.
since you've already got into it and you're already with the BFC jersey, I feel this final, which is between BFC and Mohun Bagan, is no less than a Bollywood blockbuster. I'm not spicing it up just for the show. I feel we all have heard Mohun Bagan when we were growing up. We never hardly saw them play because of maybe the social media or internet. And BFC is been like, if you're a Bengaluru guy or a kid, you would have heard about them no matter what, even before RCB came into picture. Now, I want to ask you, is this clash worth this hype? And how did BFC get to this? And also, you have to talk about the second leg of semi-final, which has brought us to the final.
Yeah, I mean, Mohun Bagan's having an amazing season, and they've been having a really good season since they joined the I League, the ISL. Sorry, the ISL. So this season, I think, is their one of their best record-setting seasons. They had the most number of wins in a row. They don't have the top scorer, but in terms of like attacking prowess, how solid they are defensively, I think they got the most number of points. They came first, obviously. So they're top contender. Technically, the top contender to win the league. They had a little bit of a tough time in the semis, but it wasn't surprising. The result wasn't surprising. BFC were expected to be in the top four this time. It wasn't supposed to be a smooth run anyway. I think we overperformed with our new coach, to be honest. A lot of young players, a lot of changes this season and last season. Ryan Williams was a big boost to our season. And of course, our captain scoring. Whenever he came on, he's been very, very threatening. I don't think without his, I would say, precision or his threat, he's not played a lot of minutes, by the way. He's not played every game for 90 minutes. So having come third in the league, we've done pretty well in the knockouts. And I think we're well deserved. I heard the Goa coach say they deserved more. But I was in the stadium and we dominated the game in Kantiwa. So I don't know what game he was watching.
The moment you said Mohun Bagan are favorites, you are putting this show in a threatening place where people are like, "Chalo, kya karna hai phir? Chale jate hai wapas." Because anyways, but as you mentioned, I think we played really well in the semi-final. The one way to see it is the league where consistency comes into picture, and one way to see is the knockout matches, how you turn up, right? And somewhere I feel that's where Chhetri makes the huge difference for both the clubs. However, since you brought about the Mohun Bagan being favorites, now their club, I think, was started in 1925. Bangalore FC was not even, I think Bengaluru was not even created, right?
Yeah.
So they have this huge tradition, culture coming from Kolkata, and Bangalore is this new 2013 formed, and if I'm not wrong, somewhere around that, So do you, again, is it overrated again, the clash, or is it actually traditional ancestors versus the Bangalore coders?
So I don't think we have any history with Mohun Bagan. We have no reason to be rivals, to be very honest. We have had some close clashes in the I-League when we first started. But we're not traditional rivals at all, right? Every time Mohun Bagan has come to Bangalore, their traveling fans come in swarms. There's so many of them here.
I've heard
right?
This.
They take up the whole of the East End, not just one of the East End. In the Goa game, there was like a small segment of Goa fans. But in Mohun Bagan games that I've seen twice, right? In the 8 years or 10 years of ISL, they take the whole East End. And these are not just traveling fans. These are Mohun Bagan fans who live in Bangalore. Right? So they really, I think they kind of riled up the West Block a lot. And now there's like a made up hype because of the show. It didn't, we almost felt like they were louder in the stadium for some time. And the Mohun Bagan fans are very loud, extremely loud. The challenge now is we're going to play the final in Kolkata. So they have a huge advantage. Huge advantage.
So when you speak about rivalry, I was just seeing some stats, and last year I think Mohun Bagan beat Bengaluru FC 4-0 in April. but then we won again against them 3-0 in September. So there is a kind of balance, which is, like how will I say, like, if I don't know if I'm wrong, when we go to English Premier League, there was never a rivalry between Liverpool and City. It was always Liverpool and United, major Liverpool and United, right? But City and Liverpool started post Pep and Klopp coming into picture, right? And it stayed for few. Now it's slightly continuing. I think now it's diffusing too. So do you see this has a probability to become one? And adding to that, will Chhetri become the game changer, or as a team when they play, Mohun Bagan becomes a game changer?
Okay, so Mohun Bagan is running on a record-breaking season, so they're very pumped up. All right, coach, players, everyone's doing really well. All right, but it's not just Chhetri who's done well for BFC. Our front three, what's his name? Mendes, Ryan Williams,
top scorer,
and Nogueira, Alberto Nogueira. Right? Combined, they have scored more goals than Chhetri.
Correct.
Right? So we are relying on them showing up first. Okay? Chhetri is more like a trump card. Right? We don't know when he's going to show up. We don't know what he's capable of. But when he shows up with a lot of energy.
You make him sound like Undertaker.
Yeah, because he has this aura even when he's coming on at the 80th minute. Right? Every minute he is on his feet. He's chasing the ball. And if we are pressed back and we're defending a goal, right? The moment he gets the ball, he's not losing his composure. He's captain calm. He'll wait till the forwards move ahead, and then he'll release. So he's really good in that counter-attacking situation, right? So we are first reliant on these front three. Then Chhetri might be a trump. I don't see him playing a key role in the first half at all, right? So I'm not sure about the injury situation, but I don't see him coming on at least till the 50th or 60th minute.
Since you spoke about few players, I want to touch upon this player who plays for India also, if I'm not wrong, the goalkeeper, Gurpreet Sandhu. How important is his role? And I was just checking few stats about goalkeepers of both teams. Even he is no less, I think his Vishal Khet or something. He has kept 15 clean sheets. Gurpreet has sent around 8 clean sheets. And though it looks a lot, but then they're still in the top 3 goalkeepers. So how much will Gurpreet play a role? And for India, anyways, he's doing a great job with whatever small pond we play with. But since you have already mentioned Ryan Williams, I can't talk about him much. But what is the role of Gurpreet?
See, Gurpreet's clean sheets might be slightly lesser, but the number of critical saves he has made, big saves, right? That has saved us from games turning into draws and games turning into defeats a lot of times. So that's why the fans love him so much, because he makes big saves, really big saves. The last game in Kantirva, 2 very big saves. Even the one in Goa, oh my God, he had a double save he had to make. And for his frame, kind of reaction time he has, he's almost like 6'1" or 6'2", right? He drops low so quickly, jumps, reaches the top bar so quickly. So it's almost very intimidating to see him in front of the goal, right? People are tempted to drive the shot on the ground because they think that he's too tall, he will not reach below quickly. That's his strong spot. Like, he gets low really quickly. So we might see a lot of you will definitely see a lot of shots directly from outside the D against him, right? Mostly to trouble the defenders, not really to test him.
Just a quick banter. Would you take Gurpreet instead of Onana?
No, bro.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So coming to that part, let's talk about the coaches. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here too, I was looking at a few things. Molina versus Zaragoza. That's how we call him. So
Zaragoza.
Molina's win percentage this year generally is 71%. And guess Zaragoza's is
This I don't know. No.
So it's around 46%. So that's a huge, like it's if I have to compare it with EBL, it's almost like our Brendan Rodgers versus Pep initial days. I'm talking, not real.
Yeah.
They're not bad coaches, but the win percentage matters, right? By the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
So
They
since you already mentioned Mohun Bagan had a great run this season, somewhere this stat also lies. So what do you think about these two coaches, and mainly about Zaragoza? How has he changed since you mentioned the coach when he initially ISL started? Westwood? What's his name? Westwood. Yeah. So since you've seen both now, for example, is there what is that he has done, and also what's Molina's philosophy?
So I think since Ashley Westwood's reign, we had one more really good coach, Alberto Roca. I think Alberto Roca. That was a year I think we won the ISL, and that was a year after the heartbreak, which is Chennai. We lost to Chennai in the finals.
Correct.
Okay, so we went to the finals, lost in the finals. Next season, we came back with I think 2 or 3 really good signings. Had a very good run, reached the top of the table, right? That coach and this coach are very different, right? That Alberto Roca reminds me a lot of Molina, where there was a lot of defensive discipline, right? We were scoring freely, right? This time, the game is a little more exciting, right? We have more reliance on our wingers. So there's our 2 central midfielders, at least the way I was observing, they're very quick to distribute out. They were not trying to put the balls right through always. They're trying quickly to make Ryan and the other guy run, right? So it's making the game a little more exciting this season, right? So I like his attacking style, but we have definitely a lot of leaks in the defense. I don't think he has figured that out yet. I don't think he wants to change that around. He doesn't want to change his game. He's very reliant on the central midfielders. So as long as our back 4 remain consistent, we have some stability. Even that is a little leaky. Like I've seen some spots in the game where our 2 center backs can be troubled, right? They do really well when we are pressed back, but when we're higher up the pitch, they can be outrun. So that can be a problem with. They have one really good. They have a really fast defender. A lot of people who can just run through and outpace us. So I'll be very curious to see how he sets up the game. Whether he'll be pressing up always, or he'll sit back, because it's not a home game. It's technically a home game for Mohun Bagan, right?
So that takes me to a point where Mohun Bagan is more a possession-based team, and we are more a counter-attacking team, right? That does it sum it up? If I have to put it in one statement, like that,
you can expect the game to look just like this. Mohun Bagan will dominate most of the game. It's very hard to dominate them in the heart of Kolkata, right? They will be expected to come and start passing the ball really quickly, right? I think we'll play the waiting game mostly.
So we let them have the ball, and whenever we get a chance, we run.
Yeah.
Now, I have now, because you're saying this, do we pay some heed to any conspiracy theory saying, see, if B.F.C wins, it couldn't have been a better ending for Mr. Vintage Grandpa Chhetri.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, have they moved the game to Kolkata, or was it always in Kolkata supposed to be? Because I always assumed it might be in Kantirava. How does this work? Because if it was in Kantirava, I think I would have given B.F.C advantage, because
So apparently the way I understand is that the preference goes to the higher ranked team.
Looks
Right?
like.
And they get the advantage. So there should be some advantage of coming top of the table, right? And this
Unlike
is a big
Liverpool
advantage.
coming top on the table in Champions League and getting PSG.
Yeah.
So also one more thing I was seeing is Mohun Bagan has a strong record with set pieces, and we have considered highest in set pieces.
Yeah.
So again, there is this contrast nature of how they are good in one thing and we are not that good in that thing. So I'm assuming that's where you're coming from, a place where you're saying Mohun Bagan by default are favorites to the thing.
Yeah.
So coming to this part, just I want to ask you, now we have to speak about the man, because I can't finish the show without talking about the man. I can't even compare him to a Virat Kohli for how he is for cricket right now.
Yeah.
The other day I was talking to one of my friend and we were talking about Mr. Chhetri, the Bengaluru boy. So there is no Indian footballer who's as popular, whose longevity is way better than Major. Like, I can only think of right now who's consistent and longevity in my terms, in my knowledge and my club, Mohammad Salah. For me, longevity game is a bigger, like, even in fitness, my philosophy always is longevity, nothing else. So somewhere he aligns for me to even relate and talk about it. So I just want you to, because I saw your story the other day talking about him. So I thought, why not talk about it a little more? So let's talk about Sunil. Sounds very local.
Yeah. I think when he first joined us, he had just come back from Kansas FC, very unsuccessful stint in the MLS. Right? So Sporting Club, Portugal, then Kansas FC, and then got absorbed into the new franchise. And I think when he really broke out as a fan favorite was the first I-League win and that season, the debut season of ISL, where he went to the finals, but we lost 3-2. Okay. That season, he scored 10 goals. 10 or, I don't know, total maybe more in other competitions, but 10 goals in the ISL. And those were very important goals, very big goals, right? Like the kind of goals that makes people want to come to Kantirwa. Right? People come just to watch him, right? That's when really things kicked off and he turned into like God mode for a lot of fans here, right? And now you see those chants even when he's not playing. Like even when India is playing and Chhetri is not in the Indian team after he retired, especially, right? India played in Kantirwa, I think a few months back, 3 months back, right? I took my nephew for that game. They were chanting Chhetri's name. He's not even in the squad, right? That's the level of respect he holds in the fans, and he's done this many times. Just like the late winner he had against Goa, it's not the first time he's done that. He's pulled off really big goals, important goals, and he's done that consistently. He looks like he's 25. He plays like he's 25, right? You can't even tell he's on the verge of retiring. Right? And I hear every time I go onto their YouTube page or Instagram page, you can just see all the players love him. Right? Everyone loves him. He's like your next door neighbor, very humble. I was talking to somebody on Instagram who's his neighbor. Right? She's another nutritionist influencer, and she's like, he's very chill. He works out with us. No ego, nothing like that. And of course, he's a beast. People think he doesn't strength train. He strength trains like a beast. Very strong. He can push people off who are like 6 foot and taller. Like I've seen him do body charge, and he's what, 5'6", 5'7", I don't know, but he's not a big person, and he can easily charge them, protect the ball, like he's almost like he's a 6 foot striker. Amazing.
I think if I keep this longer, you'll keep going on and on and on,
Yeah,
and I can see the love coming and oozing. And the
yeah,
plus he is fitness freak, so it's almost more oozing out of. Uh, I can relate totally. Like the many people ask, like I'm not just boasting that I have a tattoo of Klopp, Salah, and Gerrard. Now Gerrard was the reason I started watching. Klopp was the reason I started loving my club more. Salah is someone who inspires me personally. Like my body transformation is always with next to his picture. Like if I want nothing to do with aesthetics or something, if someone can be 7 years, if there's a picture somewhere on internet, all 7 seasons his body looks same condition. So I have
yeah,
another level of respect for such, because it's not just the sports how much they're giving in. When a lot of people have 100 reasons to not do something, and they have just one reason to do everything for it. So coming to the last part and the best part, which I like. So what's your prediction? And I want your prediction for the game. Then I want a very hot take. It can be unrealistic, doesn't matter. If it comes through, does great. If it doesn't come through, doesn't great. Because I have my hot take. If you want a favor, my hot take is we go 0-0 till 90th minute. Chhetri comes on 93rd minute. He hits the goal. Keith
yeah.
can't save it. This is the perfect ending for a. It can't be a more Bollywoody than this. So it may be the cliche, but Bollywood is cliche. So this is my hot take prediction. I'm staying out of it because I don't want to call shots. So I leave it to you. So what do you think?
Okay.
From heart, from head.
Yeah, I'm not going to go something very outrageous. I still think it'll be a draw, but it won't be a goalless draw. Right? I think it'll be a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. It'll be very exciting because both teams like to score. Right? But I feel like Mohun Bagan's defense will be a little bit too eager. Right? So we might catch them off focus once or twice. Okay? So I expect Mendes and Ryan Williams to be game changers. And really don't want to jinx it, but hoping for
I jinxed it, I think. I jinxed it.
Maybe. Like I don't even want to talk about it, but it can happen. It can happen.
See,
right?
my way of seeing things in life is you want something to happen, you put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
You know, and I come from RCB and Liverpool, who have never, like Liverpool took 30 years to win a league back. The RCB is still trying to win a league. So I have nothing to lose. So you are going for a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. I feel that's brave because being very honest, my head says Mohun Bagan, if they score early, it will be very one-sided. If they score early, and
if they score early, if Mohun Bagan scores first, we will definitely give them a fight. Okay, then you have to bring on your stars, right? You have to bring on whoever we can to make game changes. Right? I don't want to put Chhetri in that spot. He's been amazing for us, but that's a lot of pressure for one person. Right?
I know.
We have more than one game changer. I think our stars need to turn up if we go one goal down, and then things get interesting if we get 1-1. If it goes to 1-1, right? Because Mohun Bagan will be very, very eager to win at home and not take it to penalties. That would be a big loss for them if they took it to penalties. Because then it's anybody's game. So our only chance is it goes to penalties. Yeah.
Perfect. It was great having you again. And I love talking football the whole day more than cricket. People can abuse me. I know I've made a lot of cricket videos, but then IPL is going on. I have to talk about Bengaluru. But I hope we win because it's a long due. I hope it's a great ending, if at all it is, for the legend. Or we can call him the king of Indian football. And thank you, Siddhant, for coming, speaking your heart out and sharing whatever you feel and taking my banter about Manchester United. I know you'll never come back on the channel because of this, but please give him a follow on Instagram. He's extremely active on Instagram. I'm assuming he's on Twitter too. I'll put his social media handles on the description. And trust me, he's a very good coach. I'm not exaggerating just because he's not come on the show. You can reach out to him anytime. I think usually he responds. And I think Bangalore people are very humble at that. And thank you, Siddhant, for coming. And nice having you. And we'll speak to you in the next show soon. Keep waiting for it.